Okay. So, okay, so this is the second video for um, the types and structure of proteins. Okay, so we will continue where we left off, which is in tertiary protein structure. Okay, so tertiary protein structure is the overall three-dimensional shape of the protein that results from the interactions between the amino acid side chains or R groups that are widely separated from each other within the peptide chain. Okay, so before kita move on sinin na slide, okay, i-review ta lang an mga bonds, okay, sa primary and sa secondary. Okay, tapos kunanon mga naga-interact sito na mga bonds. Okay, primary, usad lang ang bond na makikita mo sa primary, which is ang peptide bond class. Okay, peptide bond lang ang makikita mo sa primary. Nangyayari siya sa carboxyl group of one amino acid residue and the amino group of the amino acid residue. Amin kan primary, usad lang si COOH, ang carboxyl, and an amino group naton naga-interact dida sa primary. Okay, for the secondary naman, for the secondary protein structure, we have two bonds. Peptide. May peptide bond kita. Okay, which is ang gihapon nini COOH and NH2. Okay? And we have an additional bond, which is the hydrogen bond. Hydrogen bond ang naga-interact din naman naton is an COOH gihapon and an NH2. Pero nano again ang pagkakaiba ni peptide tag ni hydrogen? Si peptide, okay, side to side. Side to side na COOH tag NH2, while an hydrogen bond naman is farther from one another na COOH tag NH2. Kaya ang pagkakaiba ninda. Now, kan R group naman, ang tertiary, ang focus natin sa tertiary, may mga peptide bond gihapon din may mga peptide bond and additional bonds, pero ang pinaka-importante kan tertiary class ang R group. Okay, bonding of R groups anadi dide. Kung napapansin naton sa primary and secondary, COOH tag NH2 lang and included sa mga bonds. Okay, wara dili included si R group sa primary tag secondary. Okay? Si R group, okay, naga-create man din siya sa mga bonds, okay, sa tertiary na naga-start. Okay, sa primary and secondary wara kan makikita na naga-bond an R group. Makikita mo lang na sa tertiary. Okay? Now, a good analogy for the relationships among primary, secondary, and tertiary structures of protein is that of a telephone cord. The primary structure is a long straight cord. So, ang primary daw, duro-diretso lang. Okay? The coiling of the cord into an helical arrangement gives the secondary structure. Okay? Pag ginhinat mo daw, okay, ang ba yung telephone cord? Okay? So, pairog siya sini. Pag ginhinat mo siya, magiging irog siya sini. So, that is the primary structure. Okay? Pag ginbalik mo siya sa original, itong bagan spring niya, okay? Spring siya dire-diretso. So, this is the secondary structure. Okay? Pag an imo spring, okay? Okay, ini siya na imo telephone cord, burbarikis sa sadiri niya, okay? Ang tawag mo na sa to is an tertiary structure. Okay? Pero pag straight lang siya na straight lang daw siya na nagkurokot, secondary. Pero once nagkurokot pagad siya sa sadiri niya, okay, like this, here, ang tawag mo na is tertiary structure. Okay? Sa amin ang analogy for primary, secondary, and tertiary. Now, we have 4 types of stabilizing interactions that contribute to the tertiary structure of protein. So, basically, we have 4 bonds. 4 different bonds depending on the R group. So, di ba, ang R group naton sa amino acid divided to 4 groups. We have the non-polar amino acids, polar neutral amino acid, polar basic, and polar acidic amino acid. So, paiba-iba na R group, paiba-iba man na bonds. Okay? We have covalent disulfide bonds, electrostatic attractions or salt bridges, hydrogen bonds, and hydrophobic attractions. All 4 of these interactions are between amino acid groups. Okay? So, this is a major distinction between tertiary structure interactions and secondary structure interactions. Tertiary structure involve R group, secondary involve the peptide linkages between amino acid residues. Again, ginasabi lang sini na kay adi na kita sa tertiary structure, R group ang center of attraction dide. Okay? So, we have 4 bonds daw. Naninan upat na bond, covalent disulfide, electrostatic attraction, hydrogen bonds, and hydrophobic attractions. Basically, inisinda na upat mga bonds ina sa R group. Okay? Paiba-iba na R group, paiba-iba man na type san bond. Pero tanan inasinda interaction between the R group or the side chain of the amino acid residues. Okay? So, let's begin with the disulfide or the covalent disulfide. So, pwede siya tawagon na covalent disulfide or in short, disulfide bonds. Same lang na sinda. Now, disulfide, tandaan nyo, this is the strongest of the tertiary structure interactions resulting from the SH. SH, basically, this is the sulfhydryl group, okay, of 2 cysteine residues. Okay, tandaan nyo, okay, ang disulfide, okay, ang disulfide bonds, mangyayari lang ina between 2 sulfhydryl groups. Okay? Ang igwa lang sini, so this is the sulfhydryl SH. Okay, sulfhydryl ang tawag mo sina sa SH na magkatakin. Now, si SH or si sulfhydryl, makikita mo lang siya sa usad. Out of the 20 standard amino acid, usad lang ang igwa sini, which is si cysteine. Cysteine is the only alpha amino acid that contains a sulfhydryl group. So, naturally, si cysteine lang ang pwede magkaigwasan disulfide bond. Okay? So, disulfide bond formation may involve 2 cysteine units in the same peptide chain, intramolecular disulfide bond, or 2 different cysteine units of 2 different chains called the intermolecular disulfide bonds. Okay, so we have two separate structures. Okay? Okay, ma-focus na kita sa taas. Okay? As you can see, this protein chain is only one. Usad lang siya. Tuna ka sa methionine hanggang sa threonine. Usad lang na siya duro-diretso. And we have 2 disulfide bonds, which is this one and this one. Okay? Kung magkipansin natin, class, si disulfide bond, tandaan nyo permi, mangyayari lang ini siya in between sa dua na cysteine. Okay? Siya lang ang pwede. Okay? Maghimo disulfide bond sa kapwa niya man cysteine. Kasi again, out of the 20 standard amino acid, siya lang ang may sulfhydryl. Iba ang sulfhydryl sa sulfur, ha? Okay, base ginaisip nyo, pareho sinda. Again, si sulfur, okay, si sulfur letter S lang. Okay, am siya sulfur. While sulfhydryl, SH. Okay, sulfhydryl group. Si sulfhydryl group, tandaan nyo lang, makikita lang yan na kasyakan cysteine only. Okay? So, naturally, para ka magkaigwas ng disulfide, kailangan mo san duwa na cysteine. Duwa na cysteine. Bawal ka magkaigwas sulfhydryl from cysteine pa asparagine. Or sorry, ASN, aspartic aspartic acid ba yun? Aspartic acid, I don't know, nalimot na ako. ASN asparagine, aspartic acid sa ASP. Bawal ka magkaigwa sa disulfide na cysteine tapos asparagine. Bawal naman cysteine pa serine, bawal cysteine pa alanine. Okay, bawal cysteine pa tryptophan. Okay, bawal inasindatanan. Ang tandaan nyo kan disulfide bond again between cysteine pa cysteine lang ang pwede. Bawal na ang iba class. Okay, siya lang ang pwede maghimo sa disulfide bonds. So nano naman ang pagkakaiba sinin na disulfide bond? Okay, sinin na mga disulfide bond. Ini siya, this is called an intra. Okay, intra molecular disulfide. So, nano kay intramolecular disulfide ang tawag sa iya because this is only one protein chain. Okay? Pag one protein chain lang. Okay? Pag one protein chain, tapos nagkaigwan interaction sa duwan na cysteine, so automatic intramolecular disulfide bond na ina. Pero once igwa kang duwa, as you can see in the bottom example, we have an A chain and a B chain. Magkaiba sinda, separate sinda. Okay? So we have this interaction, and we also have this interaction. Okay? So inin duwa, ini na mga vertical, okay? Ini mga vertical attachments, you call this an intermolecular disulfide bond. Okay, intermolecular, basically we have two or more protein chain unincluded dede. Two or more protein chain unincluded sa intermolecular disulfide bond. Okay? Now, ini may additional pa, ini siya sa taas. So, ang tawag mo naman sini, so, nanong tawag sini naton? Intermolecular or intramolecular? Ini siya. Ini pa vertical. Okay? So, you call that intramolecular. Kasi within, same sinda. Okay? Ada sinda sa same na protein chain. Pero inisinda, okay, this bond, okay, highlight ko na lang, ini siya na bond, nasa magkaiba na protein chain, ang bind niya. So, ibig sabihin, two or more protein chain, intramolecular na yun na siya. Pero pag similar, only one protein chain, nasa similar sinda na protein chain, intramolecular disulfide bond ang tawag mo sina. Okay, so amin na siya uncan disulfide bond. So, another example, this one, okay, so, ini siya, nano siya ini. So, you have this protein chain and you have another protein chain. Okay, so ini siya, naging highlight ko pa lang, this is an intramolecular disulfide kasi pareho sinda. Nasa common sinda na protein chain. While ini naman and ini intermolecular kasi nakita nyo from here ginbind niya pa kade magkaiba ini na protein chain, bulag ina sinda na duwa, nagkaigwa lang san bond, amo man ini siya. Okay, so that is for the disulfide bonds. Again, tatandaan siya ang pinaka strongest and nangyayari lang siya sa duwa na cysteine, duwa na cysteine. Okay, duwa na cysteine amino acid residues. Kan cysteine lang siya pwede mangyari. Okay? Now, pwede siya intramolecular pag sa one protein chain siya nangyari. Pwede siya two or more protein chain. Ang tawag mo naman sito intermolecular disulfide bond. Okay? Now, kan electrostatic ita. So, itong una, very easy to. Tatandaan lang si cysteine. Okay? Now, electrostatic interactions, also called salt bridges, always involve the interaction between the acidic side chain R group and the basic side chain R group. Now, polar basic, tag polar acidic, unincluded dede. Okay, so kailangan by this time aram nyo na. Okay, gipa-memorize ko diba ito sa iyo, in the polar acidic, polar basic, polar neutral, and non-polar. The side chains of acidic and basic amino acids at the appropriate pH carry charges. The acidic being negatively charged and the basic being positively charged. So, because si polar acidic, negative siya, si polar basic, positive. Such side chain charges occur when the COOH group becomes a COO group and when an NH2 groups become NH3 group. The interaction that occurs between the two types of side chain is a positive-negative ion to ion interaction. Diba? Positive attracts the negative and vice versa. Okay? So, amini ang mga pwede. Okay, aminin mga pwede mag-undergo sa electrostatic interaction or salt bridges. Okay? Now, kailangan mo in order to make an electrostatic interaction or salt bridge bond, kailangan mo usad na acidic amino acid plus usad na basic amino acid. Acidic will act as the negative charge while the basic will act as the positive charge. Okay? Bawal ka magkaigwa sa electrostatic kung positive plus positive or basic plus basic. Bawal ka magkaigwa sa negative tag negative or acidic tag acidic. Ha, bawal ka magkaigwan electrostatic interaction pag ini animo duwa. Kailangan mo sa polar acidic and polar basic manosad. So for example, aspartic nagbind sa histidine, aspartic nagbind sa lysine, aspartic nagbind sa arginine, glutamic nagbind sa histidine, glutamic acid nagbind sa lysine, glutamic acid nagbind sa arginine. So amo lang inaan pwede sa electrostatic interactions naton. Okay? So as you can see, okay? Hindi de. Ini, kabilog. This is a salt bridge or electrostatic interactions. Okay, we have ASP and lysine. So amini daw siya. So ini siya amini, yun maximize. Okay, ASP, this is aspartic acid. LYS, this is lysine. Okay, aspartic acid tapos lysine. Nagbind sinda, nakaka-create san salt bridge or electrostatic interaction. Aspartic acid, this is polar acidic kasi gani may acid na. So automatic polar acidic na ina. So kung polar acidic aspartic acid mo, malamang sa malamang polar basic si lysine. So polar acidic, this will act as the negative charge, while polar basic will act as the positive charge. Positive and negative will attract each other, creating a salt bridge or a electrostatic interaction. Okay, again, okay, utronta si electrostatic. Electrostatic, tandaan nyo permi ini. Okay, usad na acidic, usad na basic. Okay, amin ang kailangan mo dito sa iya. One acidic, one basic. The acidic amino acid will act as the negative charge. The basic amino acid will act as the positive charge. Bawal dide sa electrostatic ang positive pa positive. Bawal naman ang negative pa negative. Yan pa ini siya tadtaod sa masunod. Okay? Pero sa electrostatic, bawal ini. Ha? Bawal kita sina. Okay? Now, aspartic pa histidine, aspartic pa lysine, aspartic pa arginine, or glutamic acid pa histidine, pa lysine, pa arginine, amo lang ini ang unom na possible interaction. Bawal ini, okay, bawal ina, bawal ini, bawal ina. Okay, bawal sinda sa electrostatic. Okay, kasi mga similar charge sinda. Okay, kailangan mo two different charges. Okay, kan electrostatic interactions. Okay? Now, pantulo, hydrogen bonds. Now, ini si hydrogen bonds, this is different, okay, from the hydrogen bonds that we have discussed earlier. Iba siya sa sini na hydrogen bond. Di ba may hydrogen bond kita naging discuss sa secondary? Ito kan secondary, kan alpha helix, kan beta pleated sheath. Okay, this is a hydrogen bond between the COOH and the NH2 that are far from each other, farther from one another. Si hydrogen bond na aton itatakil yan na iba. Ha, dili isinda pareho na hydrogen bond. Okay? Now, hydrogen bonds in tertiary protein structures can occur between amino acids with polar R groups. Polar R groups. So, pwede siya acidic, basic, neutral. A variety of polar side chains can be involved, especially those that possess the following groups: OH, NH2, COOH, and C double bond O, and amino group. Opo lang. Tagtawad na. Oo, opo. So, can occur between the amino acids with polar R groups. Sa tandaan nyo, may po. Amo gani? Opo. Okay, pasensya na sa to. Hindi la aram din wala nag-record ako. Okay. So, can occur between amino acids with polar R groups. So, di ba may tulog kita na polar amino acid. We have polar neutral, polar acidic, and polar basic. Okay, so pwede siya didi mangyari. So, mga polar amino acids ang nangyayari didi. Okay? So, inisinda, mga polar acidic, polar basic, and polar neutral. Okay, dili nyo kailangan i-memorize ang mga structure ninda, kundiin lang sinda na group tapos kung anong pangalan, okay na yun sa akon. Okay? Common on our groups with OH, NH2, COOH, and miskin hindi nyo na i-memorize yun. Basta aram nyo kung sino si polar basic, aram nyo kung sino si polar acidic, aram nyo kung sino si polar neutral, okay na ako dida. Now, si hydrogen bonds are relatively weak. Okay, siya, second to the last at ang pinaka-weak ang panupat. So, this is relatively weak. Ang pinaka-strongest si disulfide. Okay, and easily disrupted by changes in pH and temperature. So, we have two hydrogen bonds dide. So duwa daw na hydrogen bonds. Okay, this is the close-up version sini. Okay, so we have GLN and SER. GLN, this is glutamine, and SER, serine. So, glutamine, si glutamine, polar neutral, serine naman, polar neutral. Okay? So, nagkaigwasindasan, hydrogen bond. Okay? So, hydrogen bond class, damo-damo din pwede na combination. Okay? Pwede ka non-polar, dili. Mara pa si non-polar. Damo-damo pwede combination dide. Pwede acidic, tag-acidic, acidic, tag-basic, basic, tag-basic, neutral, acidic, neutral, basic, neutral, neutral. Muna ba tanan? Acidic, acidic, acidic basic, acidic neutral, neutral basic, basic basic. Okay, may kan unom na possible combinations dide. Pwede acidic to acidic, pwede acidic to basic, pwede basic to basic, pwede neutral to acidic, neutral to basic, neutral to neutral. Pero tanan ina sinda nano ang polarity, polar sinda. Wara sa non-polar dide. Ha? Tandaan nyo, class. So, damo-damo. Sa tanan na bond, sa tertiary, siya ang pinakadamo. Okay? Na combination. So, pwede histidine, serine. Cysteine, threonine. Lysine, cysteine. Glutamic acid, histidine. Aspartic, glutamic. Aspartic, asparagine. Arginine, tyrosine. So, damo-damong possible combination didi class. Okay? Sa polar sa hydrogen bonds. Okay, so pwede siya acidic to acidic, acidic to basic, basic to basic, neutral to acidic, neutral to basic, neutral to neutral. Okay? So, siya ang pinakadamo-damo na combination. So, kailangan talaga by this time, aram nyo na ang mga pangaran sini tapos kung diin sinda na group. Kasi kung dili, malilisudan ka mo sini sa tertiary. Class, again na ha, kailangan memorize nyo na ini kung hain sinda na group. Kasi, again, malilisudan ka mo dito sa tertiary kung dili nyo aram kung anong pangaran, tas kung diin siya na group. Okay? Now, base may nag-iisip sa iyo, sir, paano ini si acidic tag basic? Kasi di ba, nanon sabi ta dide, acidic tag basic man si electrostatic. Okay, acidic tag basic si electrostatic. Now si acidic and basic class, pwede siya duwa. Okay, pwede duwa ang bond na ma-create mo. Duwa na possible outcome rather. Duwa na possible outcome and pwede mo ma-create. Ha, dili duwa at the same time. Okay? Usad lang, pero may duwa ka na possible bonds na pwede pag acidic. Ito siya. Now, pag acidic and basic, okay? Polar acidic and polar basic, pwede ka, okay? Pwede ka electrostatic, electrostatic interaction or salt bridge, pwede man hydrogen bond. Pero more common na nangyayari si hydrogen. Okay, kasi ang pinaka-common sa tanan. Electrostatic interaction kasi class and tawag sini. And aside sa acidic and basic class, medyo malisod ma-achieve sa electrostatic kasi appropriate pH. Okay? Kailangan mo maganda na pH para ka magkaigwa sa electrostatic interaction. Okay? Kailangan mo sa maganda na pH. Okay? Pero kung maganda, kung dili mo kaya makaproduce maganda na pH, hydrogen ang makukuha mo. So, mas common ini sa acidic and basic. Pero pag hinunga ka mo, you have an acidic, tag basic, okay, duwa ang possible. Okay, duwa ang possible na scenario. Pwede ka magkaigwan electrostatic, pwede naman hydrogen. Pero pag in-specify, you have an acidic and basic under proper pH, pag in-specify na proper ang pH, electrostatic. Tandaan nyo ha. Okay, differentiate natin si electrostatic tag si hydrogen sa acidic and basic interaction. Acidic plus basic in proper pH, electrostatic. Acidic plus basic in an improper pH, hydrogen bond. Okay? Pero pag ginunga lang ka mo, acidic and basic, wara agin specify ang pH, pwede ang duwa. Pero pag in-specify naman ang pH, acidic plus basic in a proper pH, electrostatic. Acidic plus basic in an improper pH, hydrogen bond. Pero pag ginunga lang ka mo, what bond can occur between acidic and basic? Wara gin sabi kung ano ang pH. So, pwede siya electrostatic, pwede naman siya hydrogen bond. Okay? So, amin na siya and for hydrogen bond. So, ginsingit ko lang ito. Kaya base may nagtaka sa iyo. Okay, acidic plus basic. Okay? So, usad pa. Okay, bigo pa din usad na pwede ka mo ma-confuse. Duwa na cysteine. Okay? Kasi, ini siya class, for example, bang ginaparahato ko na example kanina, duwa na magkaiba, lysine, arginine, threonine, serine, asparagine. Actually, pwede siya magkapareho, lysine and lysine. Pero duwa na basic. Okay? Serine, tag-serine, duwa na neutral. Pwede gihapon ng hydrogen dide. What if pag cysteine and cysteine naman ang mangyari? Pag cysteine and cysteine, dili hydrogen ang mapo-form dida, permi disulfide. Always. Okay? Specific lang ini siya kan cysteine class ha. Specific lang ini kan cysteine. Okay? Pag serine, serine, hydrogen. Threonine, tag-threonine, hydrogen. Asparagine, asparagine, hydrogen gihapon. Glutamine, tag-glutamine, okay, hydrogen gihapon. Tyrosine, tag-tyrosine, hydrogen gihapon. Pero pag cysteine na duwa gani, duwa na cysteine ang mag-interact permi na siya disulfide. Pero pag cysteine, tagsabiyon tag-glutamic acid, okay, cysteine and glutamic acid ang nag-join, ang tawag sito hydrogen bond na. Okay? Pero pag duwa na cysteine, pag duwa na cysteine permi nyo tandaan class, okay? Disulfide permi na mapo-form. Always na always disulfide ang mapo-form niya. Okay? Very rare na mag-form na siya sa hydrogen. Okay? So, the last is the hydrophobic interaction. So, siguro na may gunasan clue, hydrophobic. Sino lang ang hydrophobic? Si non-polar side chain. Okay, si non-polar side chain lang ang pwede maggana sa hydrophobic. Okay? So, results when two non-polar side chains are close to each other in aqueous solution. Okay, many proteins have polar R groups pointing outward, okay, toward the aqueous solvent, which is also polar. And their non-polar R groups pointing inward, away from the polar water molecules. Okay, the non-polar R groups then interact with each other. So, pag two non-polar side chains, hydrophobic. No question, hydrophobic na siya. Okay, kasi non-polar gani sinda. Okay, wara sa mga polar dili, warang polar neutral, warang polar acidic, warang polar basic. Tanan non-polar and naga-interact sa hydrophobic bonds. Okay? So, hydrophobic interactions are common between phenyl rings and alkyl side chains, although hydrophobic interactions are weaker than hydrogen bonds. So, hydrophobic, okay, is the weakest tertiary bond. Actually, gin pasurunod sinda in terms of sa pinakamakusog. Okay, ang pinakamakusog si disulfide, siya ang pinakamakusog. Masunod si electrostatic, masunod si hydrogen. Ang pinaka-weak sa tanan si hydrophobic. Okay? So, they are significant force in some proteins because there are so many of them. Okay, their cumulative effect can be greater in magnitude than effects of hydrogen bonding. So, nanang ibig sabihin, sini naka-red. Okay, nanang ibig sabihin sina. So, basically, if i-compare naton, okay, i-compare ta lang, 1:1, you have a hydrogen, 1:1 ini ha, 1:1. Usad na hydrogen bond, and usad na hydrophobic. Okay, we have one hydrogen, one hydrophobic. Pag sinda na duwa, gin-compare naton 1:1, mas makusog si hydrogen. Okay, mas makusog si hydrogen, mas weak si hydrophobic. Now, ang unique naman kan hydrophobic, okay, some proteins, okay, ang iba na proteins, damo-damo san hydrophobic, okay? There are so many of them, their cumulative effect, ang total daw, okay, ang total, ang sum ninda, okay, the sum of their interactions can be greater in magnitude. So, kay damo-damo sinda class, damo-damo sinda na hydrophobic, okay, nagigig makusog sinda. Okay, imagine niyo na lang, an ting-ting na walis ting-ting. Pag usad lang ang ting-ting, so madali siya ma-break. Pero pag may bundle ka sa walis ting-ting, mahirap siya ma-break, mas makusog siya. Okay? So, the greater the magnitude, ang basically ang gusto lang sinasabihon, the greater magnitude, okay, or the greater amount of hydrophobic bonds okay, the greater strength, the greater the total strength na lang, okay, the greater the total strength, okay. So, pag baba lang, so mas baba lang ang total strength sa hydrophobic bonds. Okay? Pero pag iging compare gani, again, pag 1:1 sinda gin compare, sino ang mas weak? Si hydrophobic, mas strong ang hydrogen naton. Okay? So, hydrophobic interactions can only occur sini na siyam na amino acid: glycine, alanine, valine, leucine, isoleucine, proline, phenylalanine, methionine, and tryptophan. Sa inda lang na siyam, pwede mag-occur si hydrophobic. Glycine pa alanine, alanine pa valine, leucine pa methionine, duwa na isoleucine, so may usad ka pa na isoleucine dida, proline pa phenylalanine, usad pa na tryptophan, duwa na tryptophan, okay, hydrophobic ina sing datanan. Okay, so amin na ang kan hydrophobic. So this is an example. Okay, we have two examples here sa hydrophobic. So inisinda, as you can see, nabagang piatos, this is a phenyl ring class. Okay, ini siya nabagang piatos na may bilog. Ang tawag mo sino is phenyl ring. Okay, phenyl ring, pwede siya makita sa phenylalanine. Okay, ha, ito siya. Ini, phenylalanine. May gokan phenyl ring. Okay? Now, side note lang, mas hindi niyo natandaan may phenyl ring na. Pero, phenylalanine, phenyl ring. Okay? So, we have phenylalanine. This is a non-polar amino acid. We also have leucine. Leucine, non-polar man. Okay, duwa na non-polar, nag-interact sinda, nakahimo san hydrophobic interaction or hydrophobic bonds. Okay? So, as a summary, okay, disulfide bonds, duwa na sulfhydryl groups of 2 cysteine units, electrostatic, 1 acidic, 1 basic, polar amino acid, hydrogen bonds, 2 polar amino acid. Again, damo-damong combination de. Acidic to acidic, acidic to acidic, acidic to basic, acidic to neutral, basic to basic, basic to neutral, neutral to neutral. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 possible combinations. Pero nanong gani dide sa acidic and basic, pwede siya electrostatic under proper pH. Wala. Bago na nala. Okay, may ginahin mo pa ako la. Electrostatic under proper pH naman. Okay, pero pag hydrogen, may ginahin mo pa ako la. May ginahin mo pa ako. Hydrogen naman pag under improper pH. Okay? May gini, tataw na may gini pa ako. Pag na lang, upol na lang kami ni Ninang. Oh, may gini pa ako. May gini pa ako. Nag-record pa ako sa eskwelahan. Apa. Apa. So si nag-get siya, si acidic and basic. Okay, like this one, acidic and basic. Acidic and basic. Pwede siya electrostatic, pero tandaan, under proper pH ang mangyayari. Hydrogen naman under improper pH. Okay? Pag hydrophobic, na natatandaan, duwa na non-polar amino acid. Okay? So, ito. Okay? Or, pinaka-last na slide. So, ang iba na protein, pwede mo makita disulfide lang. Ang iba na protein, electrostatic lang. Ang iba na protein, hydrogen lang. Ang iba na protein, hydrophobic lang. Ang iba na protein, disulfide, tag may hydrogen. Ang iba na protein, may electrostatic, hydrophobic. Basically, ginasabi ko lang, pwede may different combination sini. Pwede usad lang sa inda na upat, pwede duwa sa inda na upat, pwede tulo, pwede sinda na upat makita. Depende sa interaction. Okay? Depende, okay, sa interaction. Okay, depending on the interactions of the R group. Kasi again, tanan inisinda, okay, tanan inasinda class mga R group ang nagabond. Wara didi san COOH, wara didi san H2N or NH2. Wara san carboxyl, wara san amino group didi, tanan mga R group. Okay, so let's look at this example. So we have hydrogen bonds with beta pleated sheets. Okay, we have a secondary structure. We have hydrogen bonds. Okay, hydrogen bonds, as you can see didi, ano yun siya? COO, this, ini siya na hydrogen, so, ini siya na hydrogen bond, this is tertiary. Okay, paano ito nasabi na tertiary siya na hydrogen bond? Kasi wala san H2N na included. So, nakikita nyo, R group ini na duwa. Okay, R group ina asinda na duwa. Wala di san COOH, wala di san H2N. So, hydrogen tertiary siya. So, hydrophobic, again, usad na tertiary dide. Okay, disulfide, we have 2 naninisinda. We have 1 cysteine and another cysteine. Same sine. Okay, hydrophobic interaction, may phenyl ring. This is phenylalanine. Okay, we have electrostatic interaction. As you can see here, okay, may positive. You have a polar basic. Okay, may polar basic kita. And we also have a negative charge. Pag negative charge, nani na polar acidic. Okay? And we also have hydrogen bonds in an alpha helix structure. Okay? So, ini naman, inisinda, okay, ina na mga wara sa mga bond class, ang tawag mo sina, mga, okay, primary. Okay, primary structure. Pag dili siya secondary, pag dili siya tertiary, pag di siya quaternary, primary siya. Okay, that is so that is all for tertiary. Okay, this is the last slide for tertiary actually. Okay? So, madali lang ang tertiary class. Okay, madali lang siya if okay, madadalian ka didi if memorize mo ini. Pag memorize mo ini sinda, madali-dali lang ini na tertiary. Okay? Again, i-memorize nyo in mga pangaran, tapos kung diin sinda na group. Okay? Kasi kung di nyo memorize na, malilisodan ka mo sa sobra sa tertiary. Okay? So, we go to the last structure. So, quaternary, this is the highest level. Okay? Siya ang pinaka-komplikado sa tanan. Okay? Siya ang pinaka-complex. Pinaka-simple si primary, followed by secondary, followed by tertiary, and quaternary ang pinaka-malisod in terms of structure. Okay? Highest level of protein organization is only found in multimeric proteins. Okay? Ano guys, sinabi ta for multimeric proteins class? Multimeric proteins contains, again, 2 or more protein chain. Okay, link to each other. Okay, now multimeric, pwede siya mangyari didi. Okay, multimeric, pwede siya secondary, pwede siya tertiary, pwede siya quaternary. Monomeric naman, pwede siya mangyari didi, si monomeric. Kasi, butang ko na lang din. Monomeric, pwede siya primary, pwede siya tertiary, pwede siya secondary. Okay, secondary alpha helix or beta pleated, di ba? Beta pleated na intramolecular beta pleated. Okay? Pag multimeric naman, pwede siya mangyari sa tertiary, quaternary, and secondary. Pero secondary, more specifically, si beta-pleated lang. Bawal alpha helix sa multimeric. Okay? So, amin na class. Tandaan nyo, monomeric, pwede siya primary, tertiary, and secondary alpha helix or secondary beta-pleated. Multimeric, tertiary, quaternary, or secondary beta-pleated sheets. Okay? Now, such protein have structures involving 2 or more peptide subunits that are independent of each other, that is, are not covalently bonded to each other. Okay, so independent sila. Wala sinda pakilabot sa kada usad. Okay, quaternary protein structure is the organization among the various peptide units in a multimeric protein. Most multimeric protein contain an even number of subunits. Okay, so 2 subunits for dimer, 4 subunits for tetramer, and so on. Okay, mga even number. Okay, padis-padis basically in a class. Ang ginaminsin if you have one subunit, for example, you have alpha 1, kailangan niya san alpha 2. Pag may beta 1 ka, kailangan niya beta 2. So padis-padis in a usually class pag multimeric pag quaternary, mga padis-padis in a sinda permi. Okay? The subunits are held together by the same type of non-covalent interactions that contribute to tertiary: electrostatic, hydrogen, and hydrophobic, with hydrophobic interactions being particularly important. So, quaternary, same siya, same ang bond sa tertiary. Electrostatic, hydrogen, tag si hydrophobic. Okay? Excluding lang si disulfide, kasi si disulfide very specific siya kan cysteine. Okay, very specific siya kan cysteine only. Pero inisunda na tolo, okay, daw mo possible combinations na pwede ka mahimo. Okay? So we have 3 bonds. Okay, 3 bonds of quaternary: electrostatic, hydrogen, and hydrophobic. Hydrophobic, this is the most important. Okay, siya ang pinaka-important daw. Kaya sabi ba non-covalent interactions that contribute to quaternary structure are, however, weaker and thus easily disrupted. For example, only small changes in cellular conditions can cause tetrameric protein to fall apart, dissociating into dimers or perhaps 4 separate subunits, resulting temporary loss of protein activity. As original cellular conditions are restored, the quaternary structure automatically reforms and normal protein function is restored. So, imagine nyo si quaternary, high maintenance ini siya. Okay, high maintenance ini na natawo. Okay, kailangan niya permi sa tama na temperature, kailangan niya permi sa tama na cellular condition, kailangan niya permi sa tama na pH. Okay, kasi kung dili, mag-breakdown siya. Okay, so very high maintenance ini si quaternary structure. Okay? So pag inbalik mo, okay, so resulting in temporary loss of protein activity. Okay, if dili mo na meet ang standards niya. Pero pag na-restore mo, okay, as original conditions are restored, okay, quaternary automatically reforms and normal function, okay, is restored naman. Okay? So, ginsabi ba didi? Wala ginsabi. So, nano kay hydrophobic ang pinaka-important? Hydrophobic because this is the most abundant bond. Okay, this is the most abundant bond in a quaternary structure. Okay, siya ang pinaka-abundant na bond. So, siya ang pinaka-importante, si hydrophobic. Okay? So, an example of a protein structure with a quaternary structure, okay, is hemoglobin. Again, hemoglobin, na-discuss ko na yun, this is the protein in charge of carrying oxygen in the blood. So, it is a tetramer. So, tetramer siya, in which there are 2 identical subunits. Okay? And 2 identical alpha subunits and 2 identical beta subunits. Sabi ito yung example ko kanina. So, this is beta 1, beta 2, alpha 1, alpha 2. Alpha 1 and alpha 2 sinda naga-join, beta 1, beta 2 sinda naga-join, and naga-join man ang 2 na beta, naga-join ang 2 na 2, ang 2 na 1, naga-join man. Okay, pajuro-join. Sinda. So, we have 4 protein chain. Okay, ini na kada subunit o sa dina na protein chain. So, tetramer siya, ibig sabihin, upat na protein subunits. Okay? Each subunit enfolds a heme group, the site where oxygen binds to a protein. So, sa usad daw na subunit, igwasan usad na heme group. So, adan mga heme group. Okay? An oxygen nimo, for example, kung namin yung oxygen gas, dida siya ma-attach. Dida siya ma-attach. Dida siya ma-attach. Dida siya ma-attach. Okay? So, aminan pulos ni hemoglobin class. Okay? It is a tetramer that has 4 different protein subunits, alpha 1, alpha 2, beta 1, and beta 2. Okay? So, that is all for quaternary. Okay, siya, madali lang yun siya. Quaternary, very easy lang yun siya. Kailangan niya tandaan, multimeric siya. Okay, multimeric, kailangan mo damo, 2 or more na protein. Pero more specifically, dapat even number. Ito siya na multimeric. So, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay? Pwede man mangyari ang 3. Ay, most. So, ani ba dili? So, pwede man magkaigwas ang odd number, pero uncommon siya. Dili siya, bira mo lang makita an odd number na multimeric protein. Kadamuan talaga sa in the even number class. Ha, tandaan nyo, even number subunit. So, 2, 4, okay, etc. Now, nanan mga bonds na pwede mangyari. Electrostatic, hydrogen, hydrophobic. Sino ang pinaka-importante? Si hydrophobic na. Kaya siyang pinaka-importante kasi siyang pinaka-abundant sa inda na tulo. Okay? Now, si quaternary, very high maintenance siya. Okay? Very high maintenance. Okay? It's weak. Okay? Weak siya. And more easily disrupted. Okay? Disrupted. Nag-iba ang temperature. Nag-iba ang pH. Nag-iba ang cellular condition. Okay? Ma-break apart siya. Pag ma-break apart siya, maburulag. So, ini siya, pwede ni siya magburulag if exposed to unfavorable environment. Maburulag inisinda ng upat na subunit. Pero once nabalik mo ang maganda na environment sa iya, ma-rejoin siya. Okay, mabalik man siya automatic. Okay? So, ini siya. Okay, ano lang ini? Summary. So, primary, the sequence of amino acid. Okay, sequence of amino acids presence in a protein or peptide chain. Again, paduro-diretso lang na siya. Secondary, we have alpha helix, hydrogen bonds. Every fourth amino acid, hydrogen bonds. Okay, sa alpha. And we have beta-pleated sheets, hydrogen bonds between two side-by-side chains. Side-by-side chains or a single chain that is folded back. Okay? Tertiary, we have disulfide bonds, cysteine to cysteine, electrostatic, acidic to basic, hydrogen, pwede acidic, sa mga polar, okay, polar acidic, polar neutral, polar basic, and you also have hydrophobic for non-polar. For quaternary naman, electrostatic, hydrogen, and hydrophobic, and pwede dito. Pero nanong kailangan tandaan kan quaternary, pwede lang magkaigwang quaternary ang mga multimeric proteins. Okay, multimeric proteins ang pwede lang magkaigwang quaternary protein structure class. Okay? So, that is all for the part 2. So, mas gamay gali ini. Kala ko, mga 1 hour lang gani ini. Itong kanina na 1 hour 30 minutes ito ang part 1. Okay, so gamay lang gali. Hindi ko gina-expect. Okay, so that is all for types and structure of proteins. Okay, so medyo halaba. Okay, aram ko halaba yun siya. Pero amon agad din na. Okay, wala kitad mahimo. Amon ano sa libro nyo. Okay, so kailangan natin sunodon. Okay? So again class, adalan ini siya, yan na bakasyon. Okay, sana maayong bakasyon nyo yan na. Okay? So, dili man kailangan adalin in uro adlaw. Okay? Kung may time ka mo, kung wala ka mong ginahimo, okay, try nyo adalan ini siya. Okay? Magbasa-basa ka mo, kita ka mo sa video, dili nyo man kailangan tapusin sa usad na kitaan. Kaya pwede nyo tungaon siya para dili ka mo information overload. Okay? So, tawag sina tawag sina gani itunga-tunga niyo siya, okay, para manageable siya and madali niyo siya masabutan. Okay, karabot-ribok sa mga ito. Okay? So, amo lang class. Okay, this is the last video for pre-finals laboratory. Okay, so adalan niyo siya kasi amin maralabas para sa aton long quiz tag sa aton prelim exam. Okay, so that is all. Thank you for listening.